Selling your home should be a time of celebration, a chance to move on to the next chapter of your life. But for a growing number of Americans, it's becoming a financial nightmare. The culprit, capital gains taxes, the levy imposed on profits from the sale of an asset, are increasingly taking a huge bite out of homeowners' hard-earned equity. What was once a manageable expense has morphed into a significant burden, often preventing families from upgrading, downsizing, or relocating for work or family reasons. For many, their home is their most valuable asset, a testament to years of saving and mortgage payments. They've diligently maintained their property, perhaps even investing in renovations to increase its value. Yet, when it comes time to sell, they're met with a hefty tax bill, effectively diminishing their returns and jeopardizing their financial security. This is not just a high-income issue. Middle-class families are increasingly feeling the pinch as home values rise and the tax code fails to keep pace. This issue isn't limited to a specific geographic region or demographic group. It's a national concern, affecting families in bustling cities and quiet suburbs alike. The American dream of homeownership is being overshadowed by the looming reality of capital gains taxes, creating a sense of unease and uncertainty for current and aspiring homeowners. It's time to shed light on this growing problem and explore potential solutions that can protect homeowners and preserve the dream of upward mobility. To understand the magnitude of this issue, we need to delve into the historical context of capital gains taxes on home sales. For decades, homeowners enjoyed generous exemptions, shielding a significant portion of their profits from taxation. The Taxpayer Relief Act of 1997 allowed single filers to exclude up to $250,000 of capital gains from the sale of their primary residence, while married couples filing jointly could exclude up to $500,000. This provision provided a much-needed cushion, allowing homeowners to benefit from rising property values without facing an overwhelming tax burden. However, these exemptions have remained stagnant for over 2 decades, while home prices have skyrocketed, especially in recent years. The National Association of Realtors reports that the median existing home price has increased by over 140% since 1997. This disconnect between static exemptions and surging home values has exposed a growing number of homeowners to capital gains taxes, turning what was once a tax break for many into a tax burden. Adding fuel to the fire is the increasing rate of inflation, eroding the purchasing power of the fixed exemption amounts. What $250,000 could buy in 1997 pales in comparison to what it can buy today. This disparity is particularly pronounced in high-cost areas like California and New York, where even modest homes can easily surpass the exemption threshold, leaving sellers with a substantial tax liability. The result is a system that disproportionately affects long-term homeowners, particularly seniors and those on fixed incomes, who have seen their home values appreciate significantly over the years. This perfect storm of stagnant exemptions, soaring home prices, and persistent inflation has created a challenging environment for homeowners seeking to sell. What was once a straightforward transaction is now fraught with financial implications, requiring careful planning and potentially limiting their options. It's crucial to recognize the urgency of this issue and explore legislative solutions that can alleviate the burden on homeowners and restore balance to the system. The growing concern over capital gains taxes on home sales has not gone unnoticed. Economists, tax experts, and policymakers are increasingly voicing their concerns, recognizing the potential consequences for homeowners and the broader housing market. They argue that the current system is outdated, failing to reflect the realities of today's housing market and placing an undue burden on middle-class families. The current capital gains exemption is woefully inadequate, says Mark Zandi, chief economist at Moody's Analytics. It needs to be adjusted upward to reflect the significant increase in home values we've seen in recent decades. Failure to do so will have a chilling effect on the housing market, discouraging mobility and hindering economic growth. In response to these concerns, lawmakers have introduced various legislative proposals aimed at addressing the issue. One such proposal is the Home Equity Protection Act, which seeks to index the capital gains exemption to inflation, ensuring that it keeps pace with rising home prices. Another proposal, the Senior Home Sale Tax Relief Act, aims to provide additional exemptions for senior citizens selling their homes, recognizing their unique financial circumstances and the challenges they face in today's housing market. While these proposals represent a step in the right direction, it remains to be seen whether they will garner enough support to become law. The political climate surrounding tax policy is often contentious, with differing views on how to best address the needs of homeowners while ensuring fiscal responsibility. However, the growing awareness of this issue and the increasing calls for reform from both experts and constituents suggest that change may be on the horizon. The consequences of inaction on capital gains tax reform are far-reaching, extending beyond the immediate financial burden on individual homeowners. Failure to address this issue could have a ripple effect throughout the economy, impacting housing markets, mobility, and overall economic growth. When homeowners are reluctant to sell due to high capital gains taxes, it creates a bottleneck in the housing market. Inventory shrinks, driving up prices for buyers and making it even more difficult for families to enter or move up within the market. Moreover, the fear of a hefty tax bill can deter homeowners from relocating for better job opportunities or to be closer to family. This lack of mobility can stifle career advancement and limit options for families seeking to improve their quality of life. In essence, high capital gains taxes can act as a barrier to both financial and geographical mobility, hindering individual and collective progress. Furthermore, the current system disproportionately affects certain demographics, exacerbating existing inequalities. Seniors, who often rely on the equity in their homes to fund their retirement, are particularly vulnerable. Facing a large capital gains tax bill can deplete their savings and jeopardize their financial security in their golden years. Similarly, low and middle-income families who have finally achieved the dream of homeownership after years of saving are now at risk of being priced out of their own homes by rising property taxes linked to increased assessed values. The longer we wait to address this issue, the more entrenched these problems become. It's time for lawmakers to prioritize comprehensive capital gains tax reform that provides relief for homeowners, promotes a healthy housing market, and fosters economic opportunity for all. While advocating for legislative change is crucial, homeowners can't afford to wait for policymakers to act. It's essential to understand the current rules, explore potential strategies, and make informed decisions to mitigate their tax liability. One option is to take advantage of the existing $250,000 $500,000 exemption for single and joint filers, respectively. If you've lived in your home for at least 2 of the past 5 years and meet the eligibility criteria, you can exclude a significant portion of your capital gains from taxation. Another strategy is to invest in your home. Home improvements that add value to your property, such as renovations or additions, can increase your cost basis, thereby reducing your taxable gain when you sell. Keeping meticulous records of these expenses is crucial for maximizing this deduction. For those facing a substantial capital gains tax bill, consulting with a qualified tax professional is highly recommended. They can provide personalized advice based on your specific financial situation, explore potential deductions and credits, and help you develop a tax-efficient plan. Additionally, staying informed about legislative developments and proposed changes to capital gains tax laws is crucial. Engage with your elected officials, voice your concerns, and advocate for policies that protect homeowners and promote a fair and equitable housing market. Navigating the complexities of capital gains taxes can be daunting, but knowledge is power. By understanding the rules, exploring available strategies, and actively engaging in the political process, homeowners can take control of their financial future and ensure that the dream of homeownership remains attainable for generations to come.